President Donald Trump addressed Congress last night with the longest speech in modern-day history. The president covered his vision for Congress by implementing his legislative agenda and previous signed executive orders in nearly 100 minutes. Trump praised the Department of Government Efficiency, known as DOGE, and Elon Musk, who has been the face of the program. Although the speech was applauded by Republicans, and Democratic representative was escorted out. Representative Al Green of Texas shouted and protested when the president spoke about his victory in the 2024 election before being removed from Congress chamber. President Trump concluded his remarks by stating, quote, "The golden age of America has only just begun," end of quote.
On Tuesday, a former LA fire chief attended a city council meeting with the hope of getting her job back. The Los Angeles City Council voted to reject former fire chief Kristen Crowley's appeal to reinstate her job. The former head of the nation's largest fire department was terminated following the devastating Palisades fire. A 13-2 vote fell Crowley short of the 10 votes necessary to regain her position. Crowley will continue to work for the LA Fire Department in a lower rank, covering the San Fernando Valley. Crowley's career will remain as an assistant chief of the Operation Valley Bureau.
Welcome back. The tension in South Asia continues to deepen after a series of deadly attacks between India and Pakistan. India launched strikes on Pakistan and Pakistan-administered Kashmir on Wednesday. The two countries have been engaging in attacks for 2 weeks, killing dozens. India's military says it targeted, quote, terrorist infrastructure, end quote, and that the strikes were focused to avoid the loss of civilians. The Pakistani government called the attack, quote, an act of war, end quote, and has only escalated stress in the region. World leaders are calling for peace, including U.S. President Donald Trump, who has offered support to relieve the conflict.
After 3 hours of discussion at the first conclave, black smoke rising from the Sistine Chapel signals that the cardinals failed to elect a new pope. 1.5 billion Catholics around the world still await a new leader for the church. The conclave, made up of 133 leaders, continues a practice hundreds of years old. The church leaders conduct 2 voting rounds a day, and a 2/3 vote plus 1 is required to elect the pope. There is no time frame for the new leader, as the shortest election took 10 hours and the longest was nearly 3 years. As the conclave continues their decision, the rest of the world looks up for white smoke from the Sistine Chapel, signaling a new pope.
Después de complicaciones de salud, Paquita, la del barrio, falleció el 17 de febrero en Jalapa, México. La cantante de 77 años, nacida como Francisca Viveros Baradas, tuvo una carrera artística de más de 5 décadas, con una discografía enfocada en la música ranchera. Canciones como Rata de 2 patas y 3 veces de engañe cautivaron a los corazones rotos. Las letras que toman golpes al machismo se han convertido en frases legendarias para el mundo hispanohablante. Paquita también obtuvo reconocimiento en la industria con 2 nominaciones a los Latin Grammys y con giras exitosas en Sudamérica, España y los Estados Unidos. En el 2021, ella fue honrada por su trayectoria artística en los premios Billboards y creó un momento icónico con Bad Bunny. El artista de Puerto Rico subió al escenario para ayudar a Paquita con el micrófono y con un tono bromista dijo: "Eres un inútil", una frase que era común hacia su marido y en sus canciones. Paquita deja una huella en muchas generaciones. Su música se recuerda para todos momentos, incluyendo tristeza y limpieza. Que descanse en paz la reina del pueblo.